Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is going to be a love reading for Virgo, where we look at your future spouse or life partner and the energy surrounding this connection. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Virgos, please. All right, so your person is showing up as the Four of Wands, okay, and the King of Swords, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. I got a message for some of my Virgos. This person might work in construction, in housing, even come to your house. I don't know if they deliver or they come to do work on your house. It's a really specific message that's not for all of my Virgos, but I wanted to get it out before it left. All right, so the King of Swords, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. Virgo, they view you as the Nine of Wands, okay. And the connection, we see the Hermit card. So this is something that is perfectly in alignment with you, Virgo. And we see the Fool card, Aries energy. So it does feel like this is someone brand new. This is somebody who's adventurous. This is somebody who's resilient, somebody who's strong. They may be a little bit avant-garde or a bit of a free spirit. I also feel like they're embodying a little bit of the dilettante archetype. So, you know, they're interested in a lot of different things. They're not somebody who's pretentious or superficial. They have a lot of hobbies, a lot of interests. You know, they love, like, you know, movies, books, you know, cafes, adventures, trips. But this person with the Four of Wands, this is confirmation that this is definitely a soulmate here. I'm also seeing that this is somebody who's solid, stable, and secure. There's someone who's looking for partnership. They're looking for marriage or commitment. Some of you may see 1111 a lot when this person is coming into your life or when they're around. Some of you feel a sense of familiarity. That Nine of Wands can be a past life soulmate energy. We see the Tower in reverse. Okay, so what I'm getting here with the Tower in reverse, again, I get something having to do with like homes or construction. I don't know if you're redoing your house or you've recently had work on your home or that's their story. But this Aries Scorpio energy, okay, this person may be a little bit avoidant. They're worried about rushing into things with the Fool energy, or they're worried about appearing foolish. You know, I'm hearing Fools Rush In by Elvis. But I feel like, you know, I feel like this person wants to avoid rushing, even though that I do think that they are a risk taker. Okay, they will take a leap of faith, but they kind of need to be sure. All right, and my Virgos, how you're feeling? The King of Pentacles in reverse also. You know, you're not sure about investing immediately, most likely because they do meet you at a time when you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed or you're burning burning the candle at both ends. You might not be thinking about love when you meet this person. You might not sure if you have room for, you have room for love in your life when you meet them. I feel like this person is funny, though. I feel like they're funny, they're outgoing, they're a bit of a jokester. What else do my Virgos need to know about this person? Okay, they have strong earth in their chart, which is going to complement your Virgo energy nicely. So Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. All right, they could have Gemini in their chart. We see the King of Swords. So there's that witty banter, maybe a little bit of teasing, you know, sarcastic jokes. I think this person's going to make you laugh. I feel like that's how they get beneath your walls and your barriers, Virgo. They're the thinkers and communicators of the zodiac with many facets. So this person definitely has a lot going on. And they might have like a lot of projects going on at the same time. Yeah, I'm getting like witty banter is their love language or how they flirt with you. Yeah, this person leads a healthy lifestyle. They live cleanly. They infuse exercise and healthy choices into their daily routines. And we see that they may be a business owner. So they invest effort and creativity into personal fulfillment and wealth. So they may own their own business, or they're working towards building or creating their own business, or they're a contractor or something like that. Okay, or they do contract work. This person is intelligent. They're, I feel like they're loyal, they're open, they're honest. I do think this person communicates their feelings clearly, Virgo. We see getting in touch. So this is the type of person that says, you know what, if I'm going to call you on Friday, they call you on Friday, right? They're rolling in money. So this person definitely has a lot to offer, and they may be slender or on the slender side. All right, and at the bottom of the deck here, we see African, which is going to be just for some of you, right? Now, remember, I am reading for a lot of you Virgos. So there are certain messages that are going to be confirmation for some of you, but they're not going to resonate for others, and that doesn't mean it's not your reading. What else do my Virgos need to know about this person? All right, so we see change. Yep, some of you, this person may have recently moved to your area. This person may be somebody who's been married and divorced. I feel like this is somebody that does like to travel. They do like, they like to shake things up, but at the same time, they love coming home. They love having their home base or their stability. But this could be somebody who frequently redecorates, seasonally decorates, things like that. I keep hearing home improvement. I don't know if that's going on with you, or it's going on with them, or it's part of their career or your career. It's not going to be for all of you. Now we see an official person showing up in reverse, but I do feel like this person has a lot of money, and they might even own their own business. But I kind of feel like they don't act like it, or they don't immediately look like it, right? Like they're a real down-to-earth kind of person. So I'm sure that they have nice things, but they don't have like a lot of it, right? Like their money is probably tied up in investments and things like that, but they're not like flash. Okay, they might take really nice trips and vacations, but kind of do the things that spend money on the things that people don't really see. And we see the Lover's energy in reverse. This person may be someone, like I said, I do think they are looking for marriage and commitment, but I do kind of feel like they're in this energy of not sure that there's anybody out there for them. We also get that they may have, this person, for a select few of my Virgos, this person may have somebody around them, but it doesn't feel like it's too serious, right? Or they might have options available to them, but it doesn't feel like they have anything serious, or they know that that's not the person, or the people that they want to invest in. Now, with pathway energy in reverse, I feel like this is definitely a connection here, Virgo, that they don't see coming, or that you don't see coming. I feel like you both have really strong work ethic. You both work really hard, but I think they're going to really like that about you, Virgo. Like that you're just not waiting to see when they're available. You have a lot going on in your life too. And so you two are going to get each other in that sense. This person may have blue eyes or light colored eyes. They may go by a nickname. All right, they want to send you a message. So some of you, maybe they have your details already and they will be getting in touch. For others of you, this could indicate, dating apps or meeting this person online. And we see that this person wears a meaningful accessory often. Okay, so this could be, I'm seeing it as like a necklace, but it doesn't have to be. I mean, this could be something that brings them luck, something that was made for them, something that was passed down to them. Okay. And this person may use their middle name. Okay, now they might attach it to their first name, or they might have a nickname that's related to their middle name or something like that. Or maybe they go by a lot of different names here. Okay, not as in somebody who has a bunch of aliases, right? But just somebody who maybe has different names in different circles. Now with the 9 of Wands, This person does see you as a bit exhausted, so they meet you at a time when you maybe are feeling a little bit guarded, or you're burning the candle at both ends, or you have a lot of responsibilities, and it kind of feels like, my Virgos, you're not really looking for love when they come into your life. Ooh, this person feels like you ignore them, Virgo. And I feel like this is kind of like a different energy than they're used to. You know, I feel like they're used to people kind of coming after them because they have a lot to offer, because they're relaxed, they're easygoing, but they're like sexy and attractive. But it's like you're not really giving them the time of day. And the World card in reverse, yeah, you're definitely giving distance here, you know, when they meet you. And the World in reverse indicates you might be very different from one another, different race, religion, tradition, or background. But I also feel like this person might also be waiting for the right time to come towards you. Like they don't want to overwhelm you, so they may be waiting for something to come to an end. You know, that could be like you have a lot of you have a lot of contract work, or you have a lot of work during a certain time period, or you're paying off bills, or you're going through a divorce, or things like that. So it almost feels like this person is definitely watching, waiting for the right time, waiting for things to settle down. But they definitely see you as distant, and like, or you're giving distance here, Virgo. And how you're going to feel the Nine of Swords in reverse. So I do feel like, my Virgos, you are feeling a little bit pessimistic about this connection, at least in the beginning. Because you kind of maybe feel like you're spread too thin. You're not sure if you have time in your schedule for this or for love. Some of my Virgos with the Nine of Swords in reverse, you've just been through something kind of overwhelming and you're like, okay, I need to find balance. For others of you, you're just worried that, you know what, you might be in a little bit of a pessimistic attitude when it comes to love and relationships. Like, you know what, they all turn out the same, right? Like it's always this repeating cycle. But I think this person is going to show you that that's not the case. All right, let's see what else we need to know. All right, so they see you as the seeker. So you have a thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are, which is so Virgo to me. You know, Virgos are always kind of paying attention to details, always learning, always wanting to, to know more, to do more. And they see you as that. You both might really enjoy traveling, or they might really admire you because you've done a lot of traveling. They see you as an addict, or not as an addict, but as the addict archetype. So helps you recognize and confront addictive behavior. So some of you may be in recovery and they really, really admire that about you. But they also just see that you don't compromise your integrity and your honesty. And you also are very cautious about allowing addictive or bad habits into your life. So, you like to live healthy, have a healthy lifestyle. You pay attention to things that might not be good for you and you kind of push them away. And on top of that, Virgo, they see you as the femme fatale archetype. So highlights the erotic energy of the feminine and opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. So regardless if you're male or female, or however you might identify, Virgo, this person sees you sexy as all hell, right? All right, so the Hermit card tells me that this is a connection that is completely in alignment with my Virgos. Okay. You could be dealing with another Virgo or somebody who has strong Virgo placements, but this is just in alignment with you. Okay. This connection stretches your ability to give, receive, and hold emotion with greater depth and awareness. So it's coming in to expand your emotional capacity. Just when you think you can't, in comes this person. And that happens with the right person. This person reflects aspects of yourself that ask to be acknowledged, accepted, and integrated. Okay? So this person comes in to mirror your inner world. And this person approaches connection with curiosity rather than assumption. So growth matters to them, just as it matters to you. And I love that, because you two aren't going to be assuming things about each other. You ask questions. You like to know why, right? Or you like to know, how they came to that conclusion or what shaped them, and vice versa. All right, and at the bottom of the deck, we see reclaiming emotional agency. So this connection reminds you that choice remains yours. Yeah, and I also feel like that is the case because a lot of you, you're coming out of something here, Virgo. And, this is a connection where you two are going to be choosing each other every day. Okay? All right, let's see what else we need to know. What else do my Virgos need to know? Divine timing, so it's going to happen unexpectedly or, in divine timing, a serendipitous event. Oh, yeah, I love this. Healthy space and room to breathe here, Virgo. And this is a dream come true. Have faith. Your rainbow will come smiling through. And soulmate, you have found your romantic counterpart. Absolutely, without a doubt. All right, final messages, advice, and guidance for my Virgos, please. So it could be as early as next week, and you'll have to wait a little longer. All right, my lovely Virgos, I'm going to leave it here, sending you love and light. Take care.